Welcome back, everybody, to Unconditional Surrender. Me, myself, and I play through the main event scenario. We're getting ready to go into the Soviet operations phase of November 1944. The weather is poor wherever they're, except for up against Finland. It's severe, so we won't be doing anything up there. We're going to be doing obvious things here in Poland, just trying to get back our positions, so to speak. First thing we're going to do, I think, is we're going to try and kill this German infantry unit. I'd love to give that shock unit in there, but I don't know how. Okay. Let's activate this guy. Let's bring up the national tracks. I've got lots of money to spend. So 2, 4, 6. EP 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 2 would only be a plus 2. So I need to activate one of these guys and get him the hell out of the way. Activate him. Actually, I'm going to activate him first. He's just going to move back a hex. Then I'm going to activate this guy, and he's going to go this guy here. I started off with 56. So I spent 2, 4, 6. And he is officially assaulting here. So I've spent 8 to do the nonsense I'm going to do. First off, I do this 1, 2, and officially assault here. And then this one here goes to there. And then I spend another one to move this shock army here. And he assaults there, and then I do this guy too. So that should be 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Down to 45 instead of 56. So I got the right numbers. Right now, if I start with the armored unit, he is plus 2, plus 1 for elite, plus 1 because he thinks he's armored. I get plus 1 for the guards unit to the northeast, and then plus 2 for the shock. And a minus 1 for weather, minus 1 for the terrain. Then we go to combat commitment. He can throw in his tanks. I've pretty much given up on this infantry unit. I'm going to save the tanks for the 11th. Or did I use them already? I already used the tanks, right? I used the tanks to save that garrison. So I have nothing I can play. So it's just up to the Russians. So they're going to go ahead and put this one up a sortie. And then they're going to go to their faction card. They've still got 3 tanks markers left, so or 2 tanks markers left. They're going to go ahead and throw tanks here, so that they are. This guy becomes a plus 2. So plus 1 because I'm elite, plus 1 because I'm armored. That's the primary. Plus 2 for shock. Plus 2 for something that thinks it's an armored unit, plus 1 for an airplane, and then minus 2. And the Germans are at 0. So it's plus 5 to a 0. The Germans don't see any reason to be trying to save that infantry unit. Yes, it's a willpower, but I'll never be able to extract it. It might be better just to have it die so I can rebuild it, in a city, have flipped like that. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So plus 5 to 0. The Russians roll a 1, which equals a 6. Germans roll a 3. I was going to say, let's watch them roll a 6 and we'll just sit there. 3 is a DR, but they can't retreat. So they will, infantry unit will go into the eliminated box. They will lose a willpower for that. And the question is do I want to bother to take it? Where's my shock army? Is he here? 1, 2, 3. And we can go after this guy. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a 7 minus 2. Be a +5 to a +3. Not very good odds. But where else am I going to use the shock army? Yeah, we're not going to take the hex. And then that's the next thing that we're going to do. We're going to activate this shock army. 1, 2, to here, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. For an assault, that's 1 there. And then the 2 armored units on either side of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both activate. Germans can throw in their tanks, can't throw anything in, so I will use the one in Vilnius to give me a +1. So it starts off with the armored unit to the north here is the primary, this guy. He is +1 because he's elite, +1 because he's armored, +2 from the shock, +2 from the armored, +1 from the airplane, -1 for the weather, -1 for the forest that he's in. And the German is +2 because, hey, he's German. And we roll. Russians roll. No, they don't. Russians roll. Oh, a 6 + 5 is an 11. That's a really good roll. The Germans roll a 5 + 2 is a 7. That's almost as good. An 11 to a 7 is enough for just being a DR. So he's flipped, but I really don't have any way of getting to him yet again this turn. So he will be able to be replaced and stay on the board. Dang. Not in a good position to do anything here. I was thinking of pushing on Warsaw, but I don't think that's going to work, so we're going to try this instead. So here's 2, 3. More. And I really think I need to count my points again. Salting here. He's the primary, so he's +2. It's 1 for elite, +1 for an armor, +1 for a buddy, and then +2 for the shock, and then -1 for the weather. So it's +4 to a 0. And we roll. Russians, 6 + 4 is a 10. Germans, a 1. 10 to a 1 is a DE, so the garrison goes away. Not him. Garrison goes into the eliminated box, but he is not, does not give me a willpower up on him. I'll go ahead and advance with the guards unit. Back guards unit. And then we're going to spend 2. Spend 2, 4, 5. More there. Like I said, I think I'm off by at least 1 attack. And then we will throw a tanks marker in here. Yes. So this guy is the guy on the mountain is the primary, and he gets the tanks marker Or, yeah, because that makes him +1/+1. No, the tank marker goes on the guy who's not the primary. This one over here. In 31/35, who's not the primary. So this guy's the primary. He starts off at +1 because he's elite. Then I get +2 for shock, +2 for armor. -1 for the weather, -1 for the thing. The German's at +2. And then I will throw this airplane down here. Yeah, I'll throw this airplane in to give me an extra +1. So I'm +4 to +2. It's the best I can do. And he can't retreat. So Russians roll. 1 + 4 is a 5. The Germans roll. 1 + 2 is a 3. That's a DR, so he is flipped. But I can't do anything else to get to him. And the tanks go on the turn track. Could have thrown in some heavy artillery there, but I was kind of saving that for the deep, dark winter months when +2 will make a difference when you're being halved. Or if I have lots of poor weather, I might use it later to try and break their lines. Right now, I'm just trying to get adjacent to things. +4 -2 would be +2 to 0. I don't think I'm going to eliminate him, so I'm not going to do that. We will do this just because we can. So that's 4 more. And then I'm going to have to count because I think I'm off. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and they're going after this guy. I don't like that 3-hex attack on my armored unit, so see if I can get rid of it. Start with this guy. He's +1 because he's elite, +1 because he's armor, and +1 for his buddy. So it's +3, and then wrong way. And then -1 for the weather. And he's a 0 because he's a garrison, and he doesn't have anything to play. Because he's not within range of any aircraft, I don't think. Not that I can see. So, +2 to 0. 3 + 2 is a 5. And he rolled a 3, so that's a retreat. So he goes back there. I'll take it with the Guards infantry unit. So now I'm a little bit closer to maybe capturing Budapest and breaking the Danube fortress line here. All right, I said I was going to count the Russians, so I should do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And I started at 56, and I'm at 28. That's where I should be. Amazing. I actually kept track. Usually I lose counting there. Oh, I forgot to put a tanks marker on the turn track. So I need to say 15, 16, 17. I need to save 17, so save 17, so I've got like 11 more points I can use. Jeez. What are you going to do with 11 points? So unless I want to throw in some heavy artillery, I really don't have any good attacks here. So, I want to wait for 3 units to be able to attack Warsaw. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 8. But I can't swap them like that. What else have I got in here? Got the 5th Shock Army. This is disheartening. All those points I spent, and I still have too many points to spend with the Russians. Ooh, that's the wrong unit. I was supposed to move the shock unit in there to get the +2. Sorry. Had the wrong unit moved. Moving the wrong guys. Okay, back to where I was coming. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Wow, 35. This is, wow. What do I do? I've got nothing else I can really do. I suppose I can make a ridiculous attack. Or I could throw in our artillery and maybe it wouldn't be so ridiculous. B1 +1 is +2. So I'd be down to a 0. Throw in the artillery, I'd be at a 0. Maybe I could take Warsaw? Risking one of my heavy artillery? Yeah, let's do that. There's 1, 2, and 3 more. 25. We're assaulting Warsaw. He doesn't have anything he can commit. I'm going to throw in an airplane. And where's my faction? And I'm also going to throw in one of my heavy artilleries. So I start off with the shock army being the primary. He's +1 because he's elite. Then I get +1 for a buddy. I get +1 for an airplane, and +2 for heavy artillery. And -1 for the city, and -1 for the weather. And the Germans are +2. Like always. How annoying. Okay. So it's +3 to +2. Russians are all 3. +3 is a 6. Germans are all a 4. +2 is a 6. So, yeah, Warsaw held. And then Russian roll for their heavy artillery is a 6. Of course it's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Won't be back till May of 1945. I'm going to save the other two for really important attacks, like cities and stuff. Yuck. I think I'm done. I don't have the markers to spend on anything. I mean, 15, 16, 17 points is all I'm going to need to bring up. But I still had possibility of moving 8 more people, but criminally there's nothing really to move. Yep, I think that's it. I don't see it. I was thinking about trying to do something funny up here, but I need like markers, and it's severe up here. I can't do anything up there. So that looks like that's the Russian active part of the operations phase. Double check my supply. Does look like the Russians are all in supply. I don't see anybody hanging out and surrounded. So there's 1, 2. Yes. Okay. So that was Soviet operations phase. Nobody has a no supply marker, so we don't have to worry about that. Replacements phase. Now we go back to the national tracks. Germany has 13 left. She had a flipped over infantry here and here. So she's going to flip that one. That's 1. Flip that one, that's 2. That's 2. Do I have any? Okay. The Germans have 11 left. They're going to build. Let me see what I can build here. 1, 2. Maybe another infantry. 3. What have I got left? 11. So if I just build the armor, I can flip up 3 airplanes. So I'm just going to build the armor. I'm going to reduce, get back some sorties on 3 different airplanes. I want to get some on the Russian front. So I'm going to get 2 back here. That's 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to leave myself with 2. There's 2 more airplanes. Where? Get this out of here. I'm trying to figure out where exactly I'm going to put those other 2 airplanes. I think I'm going to go here and here. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, that's Axis replacements. Western replacements. Boring. Do all the Americans. Okay, that's the American stuff. Oh, nope. Is there an airplane? Yes. Some airplanes in here. Oh, probably going to do that with the British, but I should wait till I'm spending. Okay, got that. Okay, now I have to do British. I actually have to spend the money. I have a bomber and a thing, so that's 4 and 3 and 3. So that's 10. Where's my... That's 10. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 more. 10, 11, 12, which will take the convoys down. And then 3 more to bring down the airplane. Leaves me with 15. Nowhere to spend them. Home fleet's fine. Med fleet's fine. I might as well go ahead and spend the 5 here. Get rid of that. So Force H is completely done. And I don't have any more. Oh, I've got too many points. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I should have actually had 3 more off, so I should actually be at 7. Because I activated all the British ground troops. And that's a grand total of 9. That's in Italy and Europe. Okay. That's the Brits. Soviets are like, are you kidding me? So that's my timer. But I'm basically done. I have to do the Soviet replacements. And then there'll be a few builds. So we'll just run over a little bit here. Soviets. I want to do that. That's 2. Do I have anything else flipped? I didn't get any other armies flipped in that combat sequence. So then I need to take off 15 for my airplanes. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Went all the way down to 8. And I think that's it. So we go into upgrade phase. Nobody has any upgrades yet. I think the Russians get one in January. Mobilization Axis, they still have 2. So they're going to spend that to bring in that SS Panzer. Not sure exactly where I'm going to bring them in. I'm trying to figure out where the biggest danger is. I mean, come clear weather, it's going to be here in the west. If they bust through the Danube and get to Vienna, I guess I'll start them off in Vienna. I can always rail them if I need them to move. Right? Nobody else has anything to build. So that takes care of that. So that's mobilization for everybody. Nobody's talking because we're all fighting. Haven't conquered Germany yet. So go to end of turn phase. Faction card. And the national tracks. Not the national tracks, the turn track. And we have lots of stuff going on here. Just gonna put it out here. So, damn. We have Russian tanks. British tank. German tank. German jets. British tanks. Russian tanks. German economic reforms. So 4 turns from December. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll get another one in April. That'll be the last one they get. And then the rush, the factory count goes up by 1. Okay. And what else was on the... the American West gets this. And then we get Lend-Lease for both. Okay. So those will move forward 6 spaces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll get another one in June. So will the British. But they each get 1 more now. So factory count for the British goes up to 8 from Lend-Lease. Russians goes up to 7. So I think the Russians are going to be at 58 next turn, barring my not being able to count. And the British should go up to 38. Which should bode well for the rest of the winter, keeping things tense. Okay, with the turn track to December. What's that? What's that? We have to move these guys into the dead zone, into the mobilization box. Germans do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 real infantry that they could possibly build. They have to kind of be careful about building that infantry because it would cost them will points if they lose it. That's why you see me using a lot of garrisons and kind of throwing them out in front of my army to make the Russians and allies kill garrisons for important axes. Because, it's bad enough I lose 2 for a city and maybe a factory, but why do I need to lose another will point that I can never get back if he kills a ground unit? So it's kind of a balancing act to know when to put people out there. I think I'm going to be building some people up here through the winter and getting them all basically ready to hunker down for the spring and summer turns of 45. So that's the end of turn phase. We will start with the weather phase of December 1944. That was a Soviet operations phase for November 1944, along with the end of turn stuff. I'm Dren608. If you like my videos, please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And we will return with December 1944 in the next set of episodes. Until then, bye-bye.